Okay, ready? Reporting live from WCHS, Wall Township, New Jersey. I'm Kyla Kidorf.
And I'm Kelly Matthews.
And this is Everybody Knows. From Trouble in the Suez
to the latest indie pop music found,
we're here to tell you anything and everything that
everybody can know.
Alright, so I don't know if we're going to keep this in, but we were just singing the song Didn't Know What I Was In For by Better Oblivion Community Center.
We just thought of that song. We were pondering about it.
Yeah, so if you don't know what the song is about, it's about
performative activism.
Yes! Hopefully. Or I'm misquoting them, but I'm like 99% sure that she's definitely said that. It's, if you are not aware of Better Oblivion Community Center. Wow. It's Phoebe Bridgers and Connor Oberst. I'm a big fan. Kelly's less of a big fan.
That is so not true. I am a big fan.
She had to look up the lyrics.
So did you, first of all.
No, I did not.
I never claimed to be the hugest fan. It's not, I don't know their album, like, front to back in the way that I know every single Phoebe song.
Fair enough. Connor, I have mixed feelings about Connor Oberst, but if you're watching this, I think you're great.
Wow, that is some performative activism.
Hey, it's not
really, that's not what that is.
That's not activism. It's just performative, yes. Activism, no. So, if you're not familiar with the concept of performative activism,
should we provide the textbook definition?
Let's provide the textbook definition, yeah.
Because, actually, I think this is, especially being that Didn't Know What I Was In For is about this, I feel like it very brings together a whole podcast because it's current events.
So true.
And
this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's perfect.
And I think that with performance, it's just going to go into... Wait, no, you go.
Okay,
I won't go into my
guys,
whole spiel.
according to Wikipedia, which, for a definition, is fine. Performative activism is
Just telling us about our sources.
Okay, I am, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Performative activism is activism done to increase one's social capital rather than because of one's devotion to a cause.
Preach.
Bam. So in a nutshell.
In my humble opinion, I feel like performative activism has become, wow, I cannot talk today, has become, like, more prevalent, I guess, like, just because of the internet and stuff.
For sure.
Like, because it's so easy to just, like, repost, like, an impact post or, like,
Literally.
something like that. And it's, like, and a lot of the time, of course, that can, like, if you are passionate about something, like, it can still mean something. But a lot of the time, I feel like people will see other people, like, being passionate about something, and they're like, oh, I feel like I now need to, so I don't seem like a terrible person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because, like, I love the Impact Instagram account, but it's, like,
I'm a stan.
I feel like some people don't recognize the fact that it's, like, yes, it's spreading awareness, but it's also, like, you should, if it's a cause you really care about, you should look into it, educate yourself on it, and actually do more to help than just thinking it's okay and you're doing enough by just reposting one thing on Instagram.
Preach. I say this, like, not, I think, doing as much, like, activism about things that I care about as much as I should.
We're not claiming to be activists. It's not like we're in the public light.
That's what I'm
claiming
saying.
to be a celebrity that, like, pushes for activism.
Preach.
And then all they, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the time, there are a lot of celebrities, this is not, like, one celebrity in particular, but I feel like there's, like, a lot of different causes, like, for example, feminism, like, that there are a lot of celebrities that only, like, look into one facet of feminism or, like, one issue, and it's, like, they don't have a holistic view on it and a holistic promotion of it,
Preach. I
and
agree.
I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, yeah, so I find it interesting. I find the whole performative activism thing really interesting. I was very, very big on the internet with arguing with people. Oh my god, it's calling me.
Oh my god, answer it.
Hold up.
Back, short break.
No, wait, hold on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, that's why I think there's a difference between, like, we're not saying that every single person that does not, you know, do, like, everything to help every cause they care about in literally some way. Like, obviously, like, if all you can do or whatever is just, like, repost things on social media, like, it's better than doing nothing. In a sense, but that's not all performative activism is.
I feel like a lot of people get performative activism, like, confused with, like, the action of the activism itself and, like, the intent behind it. And I feel like the intent behind it is the real, like, issue, I guess, because I feel like there are a lot of people that are like, oh, I want to seem, like, woke, or I want to seem like I know a lot about a certain cause, but I don't really. And, like, but if you're, like, there are a lot of people, like, is it accessible to everybody to, like, go to, like, New York and, like, protest? Not really. And especially, like, in suburban New Jersey, there are not a lot of opportunities, I feel like, as opposed to somewhere like New York City or something like that. And especially for younger people, it is definitely less accessible. But I just feel like there are a lot of people, like celebrities in particular, but just a lot of people that'll be like, oh, this will make me look good if I, like, repost this. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, you're using other people's suffering to make yourself look good, which is, like, a little but.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not so much, it's the act of, like, they're not doing it actually for the cause. They're like, oh, what cause can I promote in a sense that will just, like, get me more followers or get me more bigger following or, like, make more people listen to my music or, like, more people will just like me, which is obviously not the reason you should be doing those things.
Preach.
Like, you should not be going to like a protest and staging like a
Oh my God,
photo
no.
shoot.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
yeah, like that's really not it, because like
No,
you should not be doing that,
In my humble opinion, no, maybe don't go for that.
because it's just like, no, like you're getting it wrong. Like obviously, like,
You're protesting it wrong.
well, I mean,
No.
if you're going there just to like have it be a whole publicity stunt and be like,
Yeah.
so people see that you were there, like, no, if you're going there and actually participating and like actually working for the cause, and then people see that and are like, oh, I like that they fight for this cause, sure, but it's like you
Yeah.
cannot do it with the intention of just
promoting
of
yourself.
promoting yourself. You're supposed to be promoting the cause.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's frustrating, is because celebrities have a big platform. I'm really going on.
No.
about
I'm
this.
enjoying this. That's why I was
Because
smiling at you. Sorry.
celebrities have a big platform where they have the ability to really get the message across and really get a lot of people to listen to them. People care about their opinions. People care about what they think, and they have the opportunity to make it so that people listen to them and that people care about the causes that they care about. Like, I feel like celebrities really can reach like a wide audience, and it's just frustrating when they use it in totally the wrong way.
Yeah.
Not that I can tell them what to do with their platform. I don't mean in that sense. It's just frustrating to see performative activism happen all around us every day, especially with the onset of social media.
Preach! Sorry. I definitely just like blew out the audio levels in my head. No, that's so real. I don't know. It bothered me. Like, it definitely, when I was like in my little online activism era, like I was and still definitely am very like, feel very passionate about certain things. Kelly can attest to it. I will sometimes sit and just like tell her about crap.
No,
She's
me
like,
too,
shut up.
because it's like, I'm not like, shut up. I'm like, you go, girl.
I'm kidding. But, and you, like, I don't know, I just have a lot of opinions on this, because it's like, I feel like it's so frustrating, because I feel like there are so many people that put in a lot of work into these causes, and like, that this is just becoming a thing about celebrity activism, and like, they'll put in so much work, and they'll like devote their whole life to this cause, and they never actually get recognition for themselves actually doing it, or the cause, like, in itself, and then like a celebrity will like stage like a photo shoot at like a protest, and then everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's the new face of hot dogs or sandwiches, like, it's like, okay.
Especially when there are people like activists out there like really working so hard to try to like do that, and I feel like it's just upsetting for them too, because it's like, oh, like I've been working at this like my entire life, and you come in and you just like you get all this like, I don't know,
Clout.
get all the clout. And, like, in a sense, it's like, okay, maybe you're bringing more attention to the cause, more people that will actually care about it, but it's like you should do that by actually caring about something.
And I think that it's definitely nice, like, when they will like recruit people to the cause, and I think that that's definitely a great thing about celebrities, like, and activism. I just think that sometimes there are a lot of celebrities that just do it for their personal gain, and then you're like, oh.
Performative activists are like some of the fakest people in this world.
Preach. That's
like
we
the
should
fake
put that
friends
in
that
the
you had growing up grow up to be performative activists.
Preach.
Let's do a study on that.
No, and it's also the performative activists that actually never know what they're talking about.
Literally.
Like, I'll be,
babe, you're
even
blabbing.
if it's someone that like agrees with, like, I'm not even trying to smear people that disagree with me. Like, sometimes like there'll just be something that like even I totally agree with, and they'll like be like spewing just like stuff. I'm like, who told you that?
Yeah.
And like I was talking to someone once, they're like, oh, I got that from TikTok. I'm like,
oh my god.
oh, read the news or
like,
something.
okay, like if you
please.
hear about something on TikTok, sure, yeah, and that's what like piques your interest in.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like TikTok can be good in a sense, but it's like you have to go and do your own research.
Yeah.
Because another thing with like criticizing like activism is I feel like a lot of people, it's like, oh well, you just don't agree with me, so like that's why you're saying this. It's like, no, it's people I think have to be more mindful of like you can criticize people that have your side, and you can criticize people that don't agree with you, but in a respectful way, and be able to try to get yourself in their shoes, and like I feel like that like people are very not willing to budge.
Yeah, I like, as I said, there are like plenty of people that like I agree with, and I'm like, I agree with your point, but you're like sometimes people are just so miserably uninformed, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is
quite
really
funny.
like, and I'm not saying like if that's not something like, okay, no, this is a whole other issue that we could go into on another time. If you're not like, but if you're not super involved in every cause, I'm not saying you have to be involved in every single cause, but I'm saying that if you're gonna go out and talk about it like you know what you're talking about, actually know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not like, oh, it's so embarrassing if you don't know something about this. No, that's totally understandable. I'm not claiming I don't know
no, me
half like I
of like anything.
But I'm not gonna go out there and pretend and sit there and talk like I'm so educated on this topic when I'm literally not.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's like I totally understand. Like there are so many causes that I feel I need to be more educated on, but that's why I'm not gonna go out and talk about them like I've been working at it my entire life, because that's just wrong.
I mean, that's like a big thing, as even like all this podcast. I think I've said it before. Like there are just certain things that I will not talk about on here simply because I don't want to sit. Not that anyone's really watching this. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all something that's not actually true, and then find out afterwards that it's not true, and be like, oh crap, because then that is bad on me for telling you that, and then bad for you because I'm giving you bad information. Not saying this is not a credible source to get your news from. This is just our opinions on it. So I don't think I said it anymore in my intro, but last year I would say it about teenage girls' opinion on everything. So particularly news and music, because I have a lot of opinions on that. But yeah, we could honestly go into a whole other time about just like credibility and like knowing things like the internet, but I feel like especially with TikTok, with the algorithm, like a lot of the time the thing that's like the most marketable will be what gets popular, but sometimes you're just like, great, it's marketable, but you said nothing of value or something untrue, and then there are people that are saying totally true things, and they get maybe 5 views, and you're like, oh, okay, great. But I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, performative activism.
Not great. Didn't know what I was in for. Go listen to it.
Yeah, go listen to it.
It really sums up our podcast.
Preach.
In a song.
Preach.
With Phoebe Bridgers, our favorite artist. If you can't see me right now, I am wearing a Phoebe Bridgers sweatshirt.
My sweatshirt.
So it is Kylie's sweatshirt.
No, You're welcome. Guys, this is actually our unofficial merch. Go buy it. I don't know, is it even available anymore?
No.
Yeah, well, that's upsetting.
Actually, no.
Actually, I think it might be. I think
is
it
your
might
site
be.
still down?
No.
Okay.
Her site was never down.
Was that just
Yeah,
why
just-
did you side eye it? Lucy's was down for a second, I think.
Lucy's was down for a second, I think, yeah. Well, she's gonna release new music, but she's like, no, I'm going break. I was like, oh.
But Julian might be.
Julie might be. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. She's performing at All Things Go, which we are going to.
We're not going
But
on
we're
that
not going on that
day.
day, but like so. Anyways, wow.
Maybe she'll be in the crowd.
If you mention anyone to me ever,
I know.
it's a problem.
It's really bad. Don't say the word like boy genius around me. Don't say the word
word genius.
don't
I
say the
think
word-
someone's like, I'm a
no.
genius. I'm like,
Really?
are you a boy genius?
Yeah, no, people don't like us. I'm like just staring into the camera. But anyway.
Yep. So
So that's it on performative activism. And what else do we talk about? My summer jobs, credibility, TikTok, Julian Baker, etc. I mean, I think the structure of our podcast is just generally that it's like main idea, a bunch of other things. Like if this was like
they always include boy genius.
if we can, I think that we should start like a counter. Like if we can, how many weeks we can go without mentioning boy genius? No, we
Not
can't. We're not gonna do
single
that. Just kidding. We're not doing that. We're gonna mention boy genius every time. Let's be real.
We should have a Julian Baker counter.
Oh, yeah. No, there's what was I gonna say?
No clue.
I was talking about. Oh, I feel like if our podcast was like a math problem, like you'd have to like you would cross off like half of the sentence. Like I don't know if you ever learned to do that as a kid, like where it's like you cross off the sentences that don't actually give you valuable information.
No.
Oh my gosh, I do that.
I
as a
would
kid.
always get really annoyed. This tells you all enough about what the child I am. Like I was like, if you, that's, I'm not gonna say that on air. I'm gonna blame myself.
What?
Because I was like, no,
Do it,
like,
say it.
I would refuse to highlight anything. I would refuse to cross out the wrong answers. I'm like, if you don't understand that, literally, no.
So
I was an awful child.
I highlighted and crossed out answers until the freaking cows came home.
I
think I have a
started
freaking-
doing it in high school. I do it now.
All right, buddy.
I literally do. It's
No.
it's insane.
I think no, I
I
think I
take a
still have a
360
focus problem.
180.
Real.
Like, because now I like highlight things and I like pick out the main idea and I like
Yeah.
like in physics sometimes they give you stuff that's not necessary and
Yeah.
it stresses me out. So I will literally just like cross it out. Younger me would have had a fit.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like if our podcast was that, we'd cross off like half of it because we just go on random side tangents that aren't even really related. But main idea,
But, like, they are.
performative activism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're still. I will probably be releasing this late. So if there's anything, I'm just gonna do a little disclaimer at the end. This is not a reputable source to get your news from. A. B. If there's anything date or time sensitive, it probably won't apply anymore because I'm gonna post this in like 2 weeks because I'm rebranding.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that everybody knows.
Everybody does know.
Everybody does know. I'll probably
We're
stop.
good.
Anyway, doodles.
Love you.
Oh my god, that's so random.
We're very funny people.
I think that this podcast is gonna be great, guys.